Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to the show. So RU just dropped. It's going to be pretty offensive for a while. This is about what you could expect right now. It usually calms down after a few days, but this is obviously like screens with Espeon. You try to get up screens set up with Cloyster and Haxorus, and you also have Magnezone for a bit of drag mag with Haxorus. I lead Tatsugiri expecting a Mudsdale lead. It doesn't quite work out. My Tatsugiri takes a shitload of damage, but I get off a little bit with the big pump. Then he makes a super ballsy double to Mudsdale as I go Bronzong, but I guess my play was pretty obvious there too. We exchange rocks even though he has a spinner and magic bouncer because I'm wild. Roars me out to Mabosstiff. This is pretty fucking unfortunate. I thought my Bronzong was going to have a good matchup against this because I have Nightshade, which does like fixed damage and doesn't care about his defense boost. But it actually totally doesn't because it's going to keep giving him stamina boosts and powering up his body presses, which is pretty unfortunate. Let me slow this replay down a bit so I can talk. So the body press does a lot. The Nightshade does about the same. And he fucking roars me back out to Mabosstiff. This team was built around Mabosstiff, but for the team being built around it, it sure doesn't do a lot for a while. I'm kind of realizing that I'm just going to have to get a safe switch to Tatsugiri, so something is going to have to get sacked, and it's going to have to be Mabosstiff this game. Sorry, buddy. I love you, but this isn't the game for you. So we go Tatsugiri here. Hope to hit a Hydro Pump. Luckily, we take that out. Pretty sure he goes Magnezone here, yeah. And it's just going to be a free pump for me or a free scout to find out that he's Scarf, which he is. That's good information for later. The only thing I have that's faster is going to be my own Scarf Flamigo. He goes Avalugg. I'm just going to overheat it. I'm not going to fuck around trying to predict anything. We'll just overheat it, go for the damage. We'll get his spin off, but it's fine. My Rocker's still alive. Maybe I can get him up later on. I Volt Switch because I'll either kill this or grab Momentum. I'm fine with either. I go Flamigo on the... not the double down, but on the pivot, I guess. I don't know. And just reveal that I'm also Scarf to his Espeon. Go back Rotom here because I feel like it has the best matchup against anything that wants to come out. I Protect on this Rotom. It's pretty hard to find a fourth move slot on your Rotom right now. Like, you just kind of run Volt Switch, Overheat, Will-O-Wisp, and then there's so many moves you can run in the fourth slot. You can run, like, Protect, so you can get extra Willow damage. The Protect is better on, like, Rotom Wash, or any form that's, like, not weak to rocks. You can run Lefties over Boots. Maybe Plot would be the better fourth move here. You can also go double status with like Willow and Thunder Wave, but I chose Protect on this one just because I kind of didn't know what I wanted. Knowing he's locked into Volt Switch and is going to be faster than me, I'm actually going to Willow because both of his last mons are physical, so getting a Willow off on either of them is fine. Even if it just burns up the Lumberry, it makes his Haxorus unable to set up on me, which is fine. And knowing that another Willow is going to come out, he's just going to feel pressure to Terra Dragon and Outrage, which gives me a nice switch to my Bronzong. Now I take this Outrage as I get off a Body Press. Really, I should have been setting up rocks here and setting up better for my Flamigo late game. I'm going to realize it in a few turns, but I should have gone ahead and got rocks up to play around this being Sash Cloyster, which is pretty likely with Magic Bounce plus a spinner. But I'm unfortunately just going to Body Press for 2 turns and end up fucking getting rocks up on Magnezone instead. So that's definitely what I should have been doing, was playing around the Sash Flamigo and setting myself up better for later. But we do it a few turns late, but we get there. We get the rock up. Bronzong's going to go down to Magnezone. We send out Big Flamigo, outpace his Scarf Mag with our own Scarf. Take this out with a close combat. Flamigo has turned out to kind of be one of the best Pokemon in the tier. I think it's got a lot of hype around it right now. I think it's pretty fucking strong. There's 2 really strong stab moves in close combat and Brave Bird. pivot with a U-turn, and you have like coverage in Throat Chop, though I haven't clicked it once. I'm at -2 defense, but I'm quad resistant to first impression, so I don't even care if he has that. That's a GG's for Flamigo. Good mon. Another game, another Cloyster. That's how it always is early on, right? You just go balls to the wall HO. And Cloyster is as balls to the wall HO as they get. I'm getting pretty frustrated with Mabosstiff not doing anything, so I just kind of lead with it to try to get it to do something, honestly. And it's going to two-shot Guja, so maybe that's enough, right? Maybe. Goes Toxtricity. On this, I'm going to like just stay in. Toxtricity is dangerous as shit, even though this one turns out to be a Zoroark. But Toxtricity is dangerous with like Terra Normal Specs Boom Burst. That Pokemon has a lot of potential to just like break walls down. Mabosstiff gets a kill on Guja and gets off a little over half on Zoroark, so that's something I'm pretty happy with. I'll go to Flamigo for the revenge kill. It looks like he goes Toxtricity after this. Toxtricity sort of walls Flamigo, but I'm sure it just takes a lot from close combat anyway, even though it does technically resist. Clicks Overdrive on Rotom. Clicks it again as he reveals to be Scarf, because I am Timid Max. I'm max speed and max HP. I should outpace Toxtricity, but I don't, so that means it's going to be Scarf. I go Flamigo just because I kind of didn't expect him to stay in. I should have just overheated. I should have just pulled the trigger and grew some fucking balls, I guess. But my Rotom's going to take another Overdrive, and then this next turn he's going to high roll and get the kill on me. Unfortunate. It is still not in close combat range. I think close combat does about 40. I think I calced it. So I'm going to go Bronzong, get off a big Nightshade, which is a 2-shot from that range. And it looks like he's going to want to save this Toxtricity because he switches out. Maybe we'll try to make something happen with that later. I think Big Sandaconda gets the glare off here as I try to get up a rock and get full paired. Yes. I do want those rocks up because I want to break potential Sash with Cloyster. Even though Altaria is a Defogger, I think I still want to try to get rocks because I can kind of take advantage of Altaria coming in just by it being so slow. And like, so passive, really. It did gain Will-O-Wisp this generation, so maybe that's a nice buff to it that'll make it viable as a defensive Pokemon. I'm glad he didn't just sub on me until I got full parried there. Here comes Altaria, probably just a defog, right? Yeah. I try to Sleep Powder here, even though I know it's Natural Cure. This is Tinted Lens Quiver Venomoth. It is Quiver Dance, Roost, Sleep Powder, Bug Buzz, and it's Terra Bug, so you can just go nuts with your Tinted Lens shit. I missed that Sleep Powder, get burned, unfortunate. Missed the second Sleep Powder, but it was like on a Natural Cure and a Shed Skin Pokemon, so maybe it didn't even matter. Maybe I should have just gone for the Quivers, honestly. Maybe I should have just been less of a coward. I'm bringing Big Tatsugiri here to try to take this out with a pump. He goes Cloyster, takes a ton of damage, but doesn't quite get the kill, but it puts it in perfect Rapid Spin range. I love the Rapid Spin buff to give you a speed boost now, because this makes me faster than his Toxtricity. It comes in, tries to revenge kill me, and just takes a Dragon Pulse for its troubles. Big Sandaconda comes out, takes a pump. All we have to do is hit. I guess I could have Terra Dragoned and maybe killed a Dragon Pulse and been a little safer, but it doesn't matter. We get there 80% of the time anyway. I will Terra Dragon here just for show. Take out the Altaria. And that's a GG's for Tatsugiri. Now this is the game where Mabosstiff finally does stuff. Mabosstiff has a really great set of abilities. It has Intimidate, which is like always good. It has an ability called Guard Dog, which is like Contrary for exactly Intimidate. When you get Intimidate, you get a +1 boost instead. And it can't be like phased out from Dragon Tail Roar, stuff like that. But where it shines is Stakeout, man. If you can force a switch, Stakeout's power is doubled, I think. It's something like that. It's really strong if you can force switches. So I lead Bronzong. He doesn't have any removal, so I just want to get rocks up as soon as I can. And I definitely can on this Gardevoir. Even though I end up getting trapped by Magnezone immediately, it's not ideal. But I'll get my rock up, and I'll get a little bit of chip off with Nightshade instead of Body Press for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I'm going to get two-shotted by this Thunderbolt. Bring in my Rotom because it kind of walls it. Expecting the obvious switch to either Blissey or Florges. I'm just going to Volt Switch out of here. And this is where big stakeout comes through, man. Mabosstiff comes out. This Blissey is forced to switch. I have 500 attack. He doesn't want to take a physical move from me. This Slowbro comes out. I know it's super effective, but this shit gets fucking deleted. Especially with Terra Dark, dude. That thing's gone. That's a kill for Mabosstiff. I like it. He goes guard. He has to click the fairy move, right? So I just go Rotom. Now, as I Volt Switch, he can either stay in and click Moonblast, and I'll go to Venomoth, or he can switch to Blissey. I'll Volt Switch and go back to Mabosstiff. So Volt Switching there is a winning play either way, I think. So something else wants to take this. Who wants to take this Banded Crunch? Florges? Nah, bitch. I know it's resisted, but 88%. Dude, this Pokemon's cracked if you can force a switch. This Pokemon, I think, has a lot of potential, man. It sits at like a decent speed tier of 85, so it's not like terribly slow. It's not terribly fast either. But it has decent bulk, a good set of abilities, man. I think Mabosstiff has a lot of potential. I'm gonna Volt Switch on the guard again as he goes Mag and go Flamigo. I'm Scarf. I don't know if he was Scarf as well, but I just wanted to kind of play it safe and take it out. Also, Flamigo is faster than Heracross, so there's no way anything he has is faster than me. I go Rotom. Pretty much just a sack it at this point. Rotom's taking a lot of damage throughout this game. Checking Gardevoir has been pretty good. But now he's locked into Moonblast, so we get to go Venomoth. It kind of like doesn't matter how many Quiver Dances I have, it's never going to do anything to Blissey. I get up one, I think I just put it to sleep. Like I said, I can set up to +6, it still won't do anything to Blissey. So while it's asleep, I'm just going to go back to Mabosstiff, man. Unfortunately, he gets the first turn Wake and paralyzes me. I don't think it matters, because I don't really need my speed at this point. I'm just going to force your Blissey out every time. I did click Crunch here, and actually got full parried. I would like to have seen how much it did to this Heracross. Now at this point I was playing to a Flamigo win con, so I kind of didn't care if Mabosstiff went down to the close combat. But he actually Rock Slides, I guess predicting the Venomoth to come out. He does Paraflinch me here. But because I didn't get to click Crunch, I get to click whatever I want to here, so I'm going to click Play Rough and take out the Heracross for my third Mabosstiff kill. Good stuff. He goes Guard, and I believe I finally... No, he goes Blissey. Why'd you go Blissey? I guess Blissey's faster than me. No, I get full paired. Wow, I could have gotten another kill there, maybe. But I'll finally just go to Flamigo and close combat this. I didn't even care if like he went Gardevoir in the close combat. I know it's quad resisted, but Gardevoir is already so low. It's taking so much Rocks chip. If it took like close combat chip on top of that, I'd be like super okay with it. But he does just leave Blissey in. I'm just going to sack my Venomoth here. I can come back in safely and take him out with a Scarf Brave Bird. So I think both of these Pokemon, both of these Gen 9 Pokemon that I'm kind of showcasing, from Mabosstiff and Flamigo, and I guess Tatsugiri. Mostly the first two though. Flamigo and Mabosstiff I think both have a lot of potential, more so Flamigo. I would like to see more Mabosstiff experimentation because I do think it's quite solid. I think it's very strong. And Flamigo is obviously super strong. It sits at a really solid speed tier. 2 strong stabs, 115 base attack, and U-turn. That's pretty fucking good, man. Just want to do a quick rundown of the team. We start with the star of the show, Mabosstiff. You only click this move. These don't really do anything. It doesn't get any like super notable coverage. I'm sure there's probably better sets. I've never clicked Psychic Fangs or Wild Charge. You just click Crunch all the time, honestly. Who cares about resistances? You've seen it do 88% to a fucking Florges, so let's click Crunch. Bronzong, I think, is like a pretty solid rocker. You run like Fizz Def just so Body Press does a little more. You run Iron Defense so you can beat stuff like Haxorus. Pretty much just Haxorus right now. I think Haxorus is likely to get quick ban. This is sort of my answer to it right now. Bronzong is solid. Rotom Heat, always going to be solid. Will-O-Wisp, Protect, Volt Switch, Overheat. You can, like I said earlier, you can run whatever you want to in this 4 slot. There's a few options. Nasty Plot, the other status move, maybe even Thunderbolt, you know, I don't know. A lot of options there. Big Flamigo. This Pokemon's cracked, dude. This Pokemon is so good in RU. Post Combat Brave Bird U-Turn. 115 attack. This Pokemon is stupid strong. Just a little bit faster than Heracross, so this will probably be the premier Scarf fighting type. Tatsugiri does Tatsugiri things. It's pretty average. You Nasty Plot. Sometimes you rapid spin and get fast. You just be strong, honestly. 120 base special attack is nothing to scoff at, and if you get a speed boost with rapid spin, it actually might be pretty good. Maybe I'm underrating this Pokemon. Maybe Tatsugiri is solid. I don't know. And Venomoth kind of didn't do anything the whole time I used it. I'm sure it'll be problematic later, though. Venomoth tends to be problematic in lower tiers. When you have, like, strong boosted stab that's impossible to resist because of tinted lens and a way to, like, put stuff to sleep so you can set up. This Pokemon will probably be problematic later. But for this session, it didn't do anything. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, comment anything you think I'm like missing in RU, anything you think is going to be good in the meta. And thank y'all so much for vibing with me and playing some Pokemon with me. And I love you.